When Terrell Buckley began putting together his coaching staff for Orlando's new XFL team, the former Florida State cornerback had a pretty good idea who he wanted to join. Shane Matthews was not only a friend, but the pair were high school teammates from Mississippi who had won a state championship together before moving on to college. They would face each other as competitors. Buckley joined with the Seminoles and Matthews attended the University of Florida, where he would help guide the Gators to their first SEC championship, 1991, under coach Steve Spurrier. Both played in the NFL for more than a decade before retiring. The two are reuniting, this time with Matthews set to coach quarterbacks under first-year coach Buckley. "It's just a great opportunity," said Matthews. "I love coaching football and working with quarterbacks, and scheming things and working on game plans and things of that nature, and it was a no-brainer for me." Ex-Gators quarterback Shane Matthews, right with then-coach Steve Spurrier, will coach quarterbacks for Orlando's new XFL team when the season debuts in February. Matthews is among 8 assistant coaches named to the coaching staff, along with former Miami Hurricanes receiver Lamar Thomas, receivers, former UCF and FSU coach Mark Snyder, linebackers, Ronnie Lee, safeties coach, Keith Wagner, offensive line, former Texas A&M defensive tackle Ty Warren, defensive line, Robert Ford, offensive coordinator, and Tony Carter, defensive coordinator. Buckley is excited to reunite with Matthews. "He's somebody you played high school ball with and he was a great player, and you come back some 30 years or 20 some odd years later and get a chance to work together," said Buckley. "That doesn't happen a lot, and it's uncommon and exciting at the same time." "Hey, UCF, take some credit for Josh Heupel and Danny White resurrecting Rocky Top," commentary. Matthews recalls Buckley's disposition when they played together at Pascagoula High. "He believes it will serve him well. He was a playmaker and I played against him in college too, but he was very confident," Matthews said. "People call it cockiness or whatever it is, but he was extremely confident and rubbed off on other players. He's going to be very confident as a head coach." Matthews worked as an assistant coach at the high school level, stopping at Gainesville, Nease and Buchholz. He also serves as the color analyst on Gators football radio broadcasts. He doesn't recall much of the previous version of the XFL, which ran for a season in 2001. "I want to say that's the one that former World Wrestling Federation CEO Vince McMahon was running," said Matthews. "They had all the crazy names on the backs of the jerseys. I did watch some of it, but not a whole lot. There are few details of what to expect from the new version of the XFL, which is co-owned by actor Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson." Orlando is among 8 cities hosting teams featured in the league, along with Arlington, Texas, Houston, Las Vegas, St. Louis, San Antonio, Seattle and Washington D.C. Team names have yet to be officially released. The season kicks off February 18th with games expected to be broadcast on ABC, ESPN, ESPN2 and FX. There will be a draft sometime in November or December, with the pool of players most likely coming from the NFL, CFL and USFL, with many looking for one more opportunity to play football. It's something that Matthews is very familiar with from his time in the NFL. Australian punters dominate landscape among Florida schools, and it's by design. "There are so many good football players that I've played with during my career that got cut in camp and never got another opportunity to play at all," he said. "Some guys want to play football, and hopefully, this gives some guys some opportunities to pursue those dreams." Most of the quarterbacks that Matthews will be dealing with have played for some time. "I am big into fundamentals," he said. "I am a big believer in the quarterback position, and the #1 goal is to throw completions. We can't go out there and be firing balls high over guys' heads and one-hopping or things of that nature. Just teach them how to play the position, because so many guys around America have great potential and arms but don't know how to play the position. I am just going to try to do everything I possibly can to help them to make them the best players that they can be." This article first appeared on OrlandoSentinel.com.